So I got a couple parts in today. I got the replacement air dam for the passenger side, and when you know it, it arrived broke. And missing the hardware that was supposed to come with it. So I've got a thing out with eBay to get that damn thing replaced. But I did get my replacement brake booster, or brake master I should say, not booster. It's right here in the box. It only took like 2 days to get it. It was pretty quick. I was kind of surprised. So we're gonna get this in and hooked back up, and then we gotta work on getting the reservoir off the old one so we can put it on this new one. So let me get this sorted out real quick and we'll figure out how we get it in there. Alright, so the trick is to get that lined up in there, and then we will make sure that it goes in there, and we'll get these set up somehow. Trying to see if I can see it. Oops, I gotta get this line out of the way. Hold on a second. Alright, so I got it lined up, and I got these nuts started hand tight. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get those done, and then I will get the two lines in. Right now this line is just sitting here, but it took a little wiggle to get in past the O-ring. A little bit of silicone oil will make that slip in a little easier if you have problems. So all right, so let me finish getting that tightened up. It's a lot easier to do these with the cap out of the way. I could use a socket, but this wrench is what I had laying here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. Well, that just sucked. As I was tightening this upper bolt up, the wrench came off, hit me right below the eye. Cut myself pretty good. Oh, fuck. That hurt like hell. Alright. I guess I was too close and too much force. Alright, so I'm gonna finish tightening up this bottom one here and try to get these two lines in. I'm gonna call it quick because now my face hurts. Alright, I got those tight as can be. I'm gonna get my white paint pen and mark that all up. Fucking trains. But first I'm gonna go ahead and get these lines in. I'll mark everything when I'm all done. And if you took the rear line out like I did, it's probably going to be easier to put the one that's going straight up and down in first. Get it in there a few threads so it still wiggles around pretty easy, and then put this one in, because if you try to put this one in first, your angle, it wants to twist the line sideways. So just worked better for me this way. Alright, so I got two tightened up. Tightened this one back down, double checked all four of the ones I took off from the pump earlier, so those are all retight. And so now we're just got to figure out how to get the reservoir off without breaking it. A lot of people will bench bleed these, but I use a forced air bleeder. So you charge the tank has the fluid in it, you crack open a valve on the bleeder valve on one of the wheels, and it forces all the air out. And I've had great success without having to bench bleed these first doing that with this method. So once I get to bleeding the brakes, we'll do that, but we still have to get the reservoir on and do the rear brakes, and then I'll hook up my scan tool after I get the brakes bled down, and I'll run the brake procedure through the scan tool for the ABS. Alright, so the two types of silicone spray I have is this dry one, which I'm going to try first, and then I have a wet silicone spray, which I'll try second. So I'm just going to try to get around the rubber part a little bit. Hopefully I can get enough of it in there to make this slip out easily. That's the goal, because I really don't want to break this as much as possible. So, all right, wish me luck. Alright, so a little bit of wiggling, a little bit of silicone grease or silicone spray, not grease. I used the dry one, I wiggled it, got the gaskets to move around, then I was able to go ahead and spray some more in there, and just kept going at it real slow, so I did not hear any cracking. I don't see any damage. I did put some brake clean in here. That's what's dripping out right now, just to clean out the bowl and make sure we don't have any contaminants. And now we're going to go ahead and put this back in. Alright, so I did put a little silicone spray around the edge of the plastic before I pushed it in. It slipped right in. I got the float back where it belongs. That's important. We're going to go ahead and put the screen back in. It's clean. I don't think there's a particular way it goes back in other than just like that. And for now, we're just going to go ahead and put the cap on it. Alright, so that's that. And now we'll move on to the rear brakes, and then we'll get to bleeding. Other than my face. Haha.